I have 6 words to tell you. Disco is not a dirty word. And I'm going to give you 10 disco albums that I love. Here we go.
I don't talk with Tramps,
Yes, I had to get on board because this wonderful YouTuber by the name of 6inchpianist319, he says that disco is not a dirty word, and I believe him. And he's been showing some great disco albums, and I loved every second of it. Disco is not a dirty word in this house, is it? Can someone say amen? That's right, it's not a dirty word. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. And then I have 3 honorable mentions. But first, let's start with the top 10. There's no top 10. I'm just giving you 10. First, this was given to me as VCLT. I forgot who gave it to me. Oh my God. I don't know if it was... I'm not even going to try. I forgot. But look at that. This is the Fatback Band with Night Fever. And I'm going to hold this up just a little while longer because I like you looking at it. It's called the Fatback. It's called the Fatback Band, and it's called Night Fever. This is a rocking album. Every song, man, I can't even remember who gave me this. I forgot. My God, my mind. You know, once you get in your 40s, things begin to happen, and one of those things is you kind of lose your memory. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not all the way gone. I can still remember some things. Hot album. This came out in 1976, and I love it. Then we have, first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. Gloria Gaynor. Love tracks that has the track I Will Survive. It's on side 2. Look at this beautiful stuff. Got this for 99 cents at the Salvation Army. I remember it clearly like it was yesterday. I pass by there these days and it's closed. Darn it. Hey, then we have something. I was going to do a Barry White. I was going to show my Barry White collection. But I feel like I don't have enough. But I have a lot, probably more Barry White albums than any male artist that I have in this house of mine. But I love this. This is the Love Unlimited Orchestra. It is called Music Maestro Please. Every song on here just takes me back to the 70s, although I wasn't familiar with this album until the 2000s. And when I started listening to it, man, I was just transformed. The strings, just awesome stuff. Look at this. And I've shown these albums before, but putting them in this gathering for disco is just awesome. This is a 1975 album. For me at the time, it was very hard to get. I got this probably a year and a half ago. Brand new. I was so excited. It cost me a pretty penny, but I was very satisfied. And this is a great pressing. A great 20th century. Oh, I just love that. I just love that 20th century. In fact, I'm going to keep this out and listen to it tonight. Now, you all know that I love me some Diana Ross. I will say it every day. I will say it every video if I need to. Here it is. When we talk about Diana Ross, she's known as the boss. And this album was done in 1979 under the direction of Ashford and Simpson. No One Gets the Prize. I think one of the most defining elements of disco is that hi-hat. You know what I'm saying? You hear lots of that in here. Every song on here is great. I Ain't Been Licked, All for One, The Boss, Once in the Morning, It's My House, Sparkle, I'm in the World. You know what? That's been a lot. Honey, I hope. Do you hear that police siren or whatever's going on? Someone's having some issues, but I'm going to keep going. Then we have Barry White again. This is in probably every 70s compilation. We have to have the Love Unlimited Orchestra, Rhapsody in White, Barry White, a classic 70s album, a classic R&B album. And I would just, as a boy, I would just gaze at this picture, and I kept wondering, was Barry White going with all three of those ladies? I just didn't know at the time. I was just a little boy, but I kept asking myself that question. I love this picture in the back. For some reason, I find that funny. I just find that funny. On here, every song. I especially love side 2 when he says, "You take off your baby blue panties." It's just a classic narration of Barry White. You know, he has to talk in his music. Then we have the Tramps, Disco Inferno. It's on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. This is just a classic album as well. I got this probably 2 months ago. Had to get it. This shoe defines the 70s, ladies. You remember those shoes? Look at that big band. Look at those suits. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Hey, burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn the mother down. Ow. Hey, yes. When did this come out? Had to be 79, 70, 76. Excuse me, 76. I should do a Barry White. I should show my Barry White stuff because that's all I'm showing, it seems. Barry White, the man. Okay, I have got to get all of Barry White's albums from the 70s. I feel like his 80s stuff was not... He was changing with the times, and it seemed like to me that he was at his best and at his peak in the 70s, you know? This album, The Man, Look at Her, Your Sweetness Is My Weakness, Sha-La-La Means I Love You, September When I First Met You, It's Only Love Doing Its Thing, Just the Way You Are, I Love You. No, hold on. I love you just the way you are. Hey, he does that, and he does Early Years. And then the very unique way of having his album cover created, where you lift this up. Don't mess up the seal that says The Man, and you get out the album from the top. Just a very unique way. 20th century. Although a different 20th century looking label. See there. All right. Yeah, I mean, in fact, as I'm making this video, I'm very impressed with this particular copy that I have, but I got it used. But like today, I saw that I had this in my cart, or I had it in my list on my Amazon page, and it was like $24, and I just sometimes know the prices go down, and I looked on there today and it was $16. I'm like, yesterday it was $24, now it's $16, and they just have one left. So I should be getting this really soon, probably Monday, at least that's what it says. Now the 6-inch pianist 319, he showed Chic. He didn't show this one though. He didn't show Good Times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. Say it again. These are the good times. This was the jam. It is still a classic. That bass, Bernard Edwards, Now, Rogers, hold on. Let me just have a moment. Let me just have a moment. Oh my God. I mean, you just can't get no better. You can't get no much better. You can't get no much better than Chic. You know, the 6-inch pianist three. I've got to be careful saying his name. The 6-inch pianist 319. The man was saying how disco was ruined because, you know, everyone had to remember that day when they burned all the disco records. The disc jockey that made it so he was putting down disco. But I tell you, if I could live life and go back and be this age, between 40 and 50, I would surely go back to the 70s. I would go back when this was playing in Studio 54. Yes. This came out in 1979. A classic. This is a classic. Oh, it seems like we go right back to Mr. Barry White. I didn't put them in any type of order. Barry White, my darling, I can't get enough of your love, babe. My darling, yeah, can't get enough of your love, babe. I had to minorize it. Tavis minorized it. Yes. This has the song, You're the First, the Last, My Everything, and Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe. Ooh. If you don't have this, you need to get this. You definitely need to get this. This is another classic. I need to get every Barry White album because I'm just enthralled with him. Then I found this K-Tail compilation of disco nights a while back at a thrift store for 99 cents again. It is in top-notch condition. It is in top-notch condition. The music never stops. It has Boogie Oogie Oogie, From a Taste of Honey, Macho Man, The Village People, You and I, Rick James, Do You Feel Alright, Casey and the Sunshine Band, You Got Me Running, Lenny Williams, Shadow Dancing by Andy Gibb, Dance Disco Heat by Sylvester, I Love the Nightlife by Alicia Bridges, Don't Hold Back by Chanson, Shame, Evelyn Champagne King, You Should Do It, Peter Brown, Get Off by Foxy, Love Won't Be Denied by Lynn Boone, and Think It Over by Whitney Houston's mother, Cissy Houston. Okay, good stuff. This album is in perfect condition. K-Tail. I love those K-Tail compilations. Okay, I've got to hurry. Here are my honorable mentions. The Andre True Connection. More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like your love? I was going through some difficult times last year. This album got me through. I don't know what it was. I kept listening to this album in my ear throughout the night, and it just got me through some difficult times. Something about this record to me is just medicinal. I don't know what it could be, but it helped me through some rocky roads. And I'm so glad to own this. I was so glad to have found it. I was looking for it and found it at Mills Records here in Kansas City, Missouri. Then we have another honorable mention, the Sister Sledge. Of course, their We Are Family album is a classic, but this is Love Somebody Today. Also produced by Chic, Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers. Every song on here is classic. I actually played this in the classroom one day, and the kids enjoyed it. My students were enjoying this record. They were like third graders, and they were like, Mr. Minner, I like that. I've got to love somebody today. I've got to love somebody. What a classic photo that is. Man, good stuff. And my last one, this is Patrick Jouvert. He was also a model. I think he's 68 years old right now. He was a model. See, good looking guy. Also a singer. And his hit on here is I Love America. It's the whole second side. And it's worth it. It is a killer track. He uses his falsetto voice a lot. But I'm not even going to try to sing it. But it is a phenomenal album. In fact, I'm going to put this away and listen to it too. This came out in... Again, they don't put the year outside of it, and that is a travesty. It's on Casablanca Records, and it came out in 1978. See there? I've got to listen to this tonight too. I got to listen to every one of these records. I just think disco is phenomenal, and it is not a dirty word. Mr. 6-inch Pianist 319. It's been a joy sharing with you. And remember, as always, with music, be inspired and stay inspired.